Beth Brant. Dedicated to writer Beth Brant by NMU student Melissa Apodaca. Thank you for shining a light on hatred and everything else from your writings. Tribal affiliation. Bay of Mohawk Indian from Ontario, Canada. Ethnicity: mother Scots-Irish, father Mohawk, Turtle Clan from the Bay of Quinte, Thainaga Reserve in Ontario, Canada. Home/birth town: Detroit, Michigan. Brant grew up with her parents and fraternal grandparents. Significant things in Brant's life. Racism early on. Brant's maternal grandparents disapproved of Brant's mother marrying an Indian, and was Brant's first experience of racism. God-given talent. Brant never finished high school and did not start writing till she was 40 years of age. Yet her first writings were published the same year, which is a huge accomplishment for a writer. According to Brant, I was driving through Iroquois land with my partner Denise. As we were driving, an eagle swooped in front of our car. He wanted us to stop, so we did. I got out of the car and faced the eagle. We looked into each other's eyes. I was marked by him. I remember that I felt transported to another place, perhaps another time. We looked into each other for minutes, maybe hours, maybe 1,000 years, and I received a message, a gift. When I got home, I began to write. Family. When Brant was 17, she dropped out of high school to marry. She had 3 daughters. And in 1972, 14 years later, Brant divorced. She describes the marriage as angry, abusive, alcoholic, and filled with hatred. In 1976, Brant met her long-time partner, Denise Dorse. 18 years later, in 1994, Brant writes, "In my 33rd year of life, I was a feminist, an activist, and largely occupied with discovering all things female." And one of those lovely discoveries was that I could love women sexually, emotionally, and spiritually, and all at once. Brant says being lesbian makes her more a complete person, and a whole woman is much better use to my communities than a split one. They have now been together 25 years. Brant's character. Her stories talk about overcoming adversity, determination to honor heritage. Leadership. Brant is a voice through writing for gay and lesbians, racism, Indians, women, and mothers. Activism. Beth Brant stands up for her beliefs through her writings. You can see her as an Indian, a lesbian, a mother, and a woman activist. According to Jackie Dish and Voices from the Gap, Brant is able to take her complexities as a person and turn them into honest, straightforward writing that comes in several forms: stories, poems, essays, short stories, even lecture notes. Her themes are often about Native peoples, women, lesbian and gay men, and family, and she often addresses issues such as racism and homophobia with a directness that cannot be ignored. A piece of her writing. They, white man, lied and tricked us. They take our children to remove the inside of them. Our power. They steal our food, our sacred rattle. Our stories, our names, what is left? Am I a crazy woman? I look into the fire that consumes my hair, and I see their faces. My daughter, my son, they still cry for me. Brant and the power of the word survivor's song. Thank you, Beth Brant. Your writings are a powerful voice. Wakiniatan Mohawk Turtle Clan. Terrian Naga Reserve in Ontario, Canada. Matrilineal. Children belong to the lineage and clan of the mothers. In former times, residence was based on the ideal that members of a matrilineage lived together. Therefore, a household typically consisted of an elder woman, her husband, their daughters, and the daughters' families, and the couple's unmarried sons. Women's dresses. When it was hot, women would go topless with a knee-high skirt. In the winter, they wore a full woollen dress. Some would wear vests as well, rabbit fur capes or shawls tied over their left shoulder. The woman would wear an overdress like a poncho. A fur blanket would serve as a coat in the winter. They decorated their clothes with porcupine quills, shells, beads, and dyed hair. The women also made necklaces of shell beads and animal teeth. In the northern areas, they wore leggings and breechcloths. They wore long, fashioned hair or braid and bear grease. They only cut their hair for mourning. They would have several ear piercings adorned by shell earrings, shell necklaces, where the men might have tattoos, though women usually did not. In the summer, all children till the ages of 13 went naked. They wore their moccasins in the winter or when going on a trip to prevent wearing them out. Most clothes were made from deer skin. Women's roles. Mohawk men were in charge of hunting, trading, and war. Women were in charge of farming, property, and family. The clans were ruled by women, who made all the land and resource decisions, but Mohawk chiefs, who made military decisions and trade agreements, were always men. Only men represented the Mohawks at the council, but only women vote to determine who the Mohawk representatives would be. Both genders took part in storytelling, artwork, music, and traditional medicine. Marriage ceremony. In the marriage ceremony, the man and the woman vow their commitment to the Creator, Mother Turtle, to be together for life, because divorce is not permitted. Ownership of property. Mohawk women basically owned and was in charge of everything, because they are the head of the household. But the men did the manly things like hunt and trade and represent the clan, but the women chose who was to represent the clan. Here's some interesting facts about the Mohawk natives. 3 tribes of Mohawks who lived throughout New York, USA, all the way up to Ontario, Canada. The Bear Clan, the Wolf Clan, and the Turtle Clan. The Mohawk. The Mohawk hairstyle came from the Mohawk native men, either when preparing for war or a way of lifestyle. You can learn more of the Mohawks' belief of the creation of turtle and life in Beth Brant's book, Food and Spirits. This PowerPoint was created by Melissa Apodaca. The end.